If are you looking forward to this match Sunday night?
Not really this match in particular, because to me, I think if it does end clean, I think Ronda's gonna probably win in less than a minute. That's, I mean, that's what it looks like. I mean, there's other matches on the card I'm looking forward to more, but I'm not really looking forward to it. And now people are talking. I'm sure we'll talk about it, that this match could possibly main event SummerSlam.
Well, yeah, Budweiser mentioned, where is Nia Jax? Has she been hurt? Has she hurt or something? She hasn't been on the show in quite some time either.
Well,
Same with Asuka too. Asuka hasn't been on SmackDown Live in a while either. So
well,
interesting.
there's only one word for that, or a few words actually. Creative has nothing for you.
Yeah, most likely. Oh, someone they're putting in the chat room that she's hurt. Okay. Nia is reported Reba having an injury. Yeah, Naomi is too. Naomi's missing too. Yeah, writers got nothing for them. So yeah, that's true. When the writers have nothing for them, they leave them off TV. We got to always remember that. Forgot about that little tidbit. We also had Constable Corbin taking on Tyler Breeze. The only thing I got out of this is I'm glad Tyler Breeze is getting showcased and not just not being on TV because Fandango was hurt. He's actually being put on the show regardless if he's taking losses. I know we would love to see him take wins. But yeah, he got a loss last night to Constable Corbin, which then led to a tag match between Jinder Mahal, Kevin Owens, Braun Strowman, and Finn Balor. What's up, the Architect? What's up, man? Brandon, your thoughts of this tag match, and are you looking forward to Finn Balor and Constable Corbin and Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens?
I gotta tell you, I didn't love Constable Corbin's match, and I haven't really gotten to comment much on here regarding my thoughts on Constable Corbin. But I think his character is absolutely phenomenal.
Wow, okay.
I really like it. He's that annoyance that you love to hate. He's kind of taking on somewhat of a Kevin Owens sort of face, because people used to like him a lot with the long hair, but now he's just annoying and going over Kurt Angle's head. So, I mean, I just love kind of his cocky, pompous attitude right now. He comes off as a douche, and that's what you want heels to come off as. I see Bob Brewski 3 said that he's the heel douche. That's exactly what he is. So his match was okay. And then the tag match, I mean, that's 4 of the premier guys on the Raw roster right now. I never really loved Finn Balor when I started watching again, but I've really, really come to like him a lot. You know what you're going to get with Strowman, and it never gets old. Kevin Owens in that whole predicament, whenever Strowman looked at him, I loved his face when he was just completely like cowering and terrified. He plays that so well. And Jinder Mahal, again, has rose, whatever the correct grammatical pronunciation tense that is. He's really done well for himself, and I really like the character that he's built. And I thought that tag team was very, very entertaining, and I'm glad it didn't end in one of those awkward, I'm going to steal the money in the bank suitcase and you're going to lose by count out sort of thing. So I'm glad that it didn't end that way. And I think it was a good lead in to both matches with how it ended with Constable Corbin attacking Finn Balor, which was just gruesome, guys. It was terrible.
Wow. Look at Brandon bringing some different light to Baron Corbin. Wow. If you want to follow B After on Twitter, yeah, there you go. I actually agree with you a little bit on the Constable Corbin character. I do think it's definitely freshened up him a lot, and it's gotten to the point to where I don't like the direction of the Finn Balor feud, but I don't mind him being that, I guess, heel character with Kurt Angle. They actually mesh pretty well together if you think about it. They do pretty well together. I like how when Reigns punches Baron Corbin, Angle laughs, or if Corbin's put in this tough situation, Angle kind of chuckles. I like that. It makes good. What's the correct word for it? I can't think of it, but it just looks good on screen. I really enjoy it. It's very entertaining to me. But what about you, Dave? I have a feeling that you're not going to agree with this.
I'm not really that interested in Corbin and Balor, and the tag match to me went on 15 minutes too long. It was just like because it's like these 4 guys. like I get why they're doing it, but I don't think gender's on the pay-per-view. But yeah, and to me, Strowman's just the guy in waiting to be the next Roman Reigns. So it's like it seems that they're going that route. But yeah, I mean, to me, not much to say about this match. I guess it was entertaining if you liked what these four guys a lot. But yeah, I mean, to me, it was just interesting.
What about the Baron Corbin, Constable Corbin character?
What do I think about him? I don't really care for him, but
you don't want to say anything too much, Dave. You're not on the list yet, and these comments might get you on the list.
He just doesn't do anything for him. He's not entertaining. He's just. I mean, I know you say he's playing the annoying douche, but he doesn't annoy me, and I don't care. He doesn't interest me to watch him. Him and Balor, another match, it doesn't interest me.
All right, fair point. Next, let's see what else we had. We had the the Elias segment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Elias segment, which ended up with Bobby Lashley coming out there and destroying some indie wrestler who was dressing up in a mullet named Ricky Roberts, and his life goal was to be like Elias. I don't even really have any thoughts on this. I really don't even want to talk about it. I just kind of mentioned it since it was on Raw, but any of you guys have any words for it?
Dave.
I mean, it was pointless. I mean, it really was. It was stupid. Graves taking shots at the South. I mean, it was just pointless.
Corey Graves was the best part of that segment.
How about the spine buster though? That was a hell of a spine buster, was it not?
I mean,
yeah, the guy weighs like 50 pounds.
I was gonna say Bobby Lashley's bicep is the size of the width of my body. It was obviously going to be easy.
Fair point, but I still enjoyed it. All right, next week.
I'll say one thing regarding the whole thing. I'm just very surprised. I know we're constantly at some points let down by WWE creative writing, but it's just like you really couldn't think of anything more than another Bobby Lashley interrupting something Elias did. Elias has this bit that is never really going to get old. He's hilarious, and he comes up with new shtick every week, depending on the city that he's in. And I think they're just running out of things for him to do. And I think the Lashley-Elias feud is just, is very underwhelming. And frankly, I'm not looking forward to that match at all. That's probably when I'll take my shots of Jack Daniels on Sunday.
Oh.
Now, Brandon, how do you feel how they've been using Bobby Lashley since he came in?
Well, I mean, my thoughts on Bobby Lashley are very different than from what other people do. A lot of people think that he's not necessarily getting the push.
Brandon?
Did you lose me?
Oh, there we are. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Okay, so a lot of people don't agree with me with Bobby Lashley. They think that he should be getting the push like guys like Strowman do. But, he's just one of those guys. I don't know why. When I watch wrestling, I need it to be somewhat believable because we all know that it's entertainment. So I need to believe parts of it. And Bobby Lashley is just one of those guys where he's way too jacked for me to even consider that Elias could hurt him. So, it's one of those things where there's potential there for me to like him. And I think that, like Elias, they're running out of things for him to do because they kind of have their upper echelon of, Reigns, Lesnar, Strowman, Owens going on right now. So hopefully he kind of gets in on whatever the next line of stories is. But I'm kind of indifferent, but those are my thoughts.
All right, good point. I think Bobby Lashley is going to be the Finn Balor of the heavyweight division. They're going to not know what the fuck to do with him. He's going to be put in stupid situations and probably will never win the world title, unfortunately. Speaking of titles, let's move on to the tag team championship match we had last night. We had a triple threat between the Woken Lovers, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, taking on the Revival and the B team, the Raw Tag Team Champions. Thought the match was good. They didn't do the triple threat format that we thought we were going to do from when they did it on SmackDown Live. The B team get the victory. Brandon, your thoughts on the B team retaining the tag team titles, and are you a fan of the B team?
I mean, how could you not be a fan of the B team? It is a great time to be the B team, and we talk again. I mentioned it so many times. You wonder what WWE Creative is doing, and they're hitting it right in the nail with the B team because they were so good as the Miz Taraj, and now they're playing off those characters for the B team. I thought the match was okay. I didn't think it was great. Like the first one, it was entertaining, and I'm interested to see where they continue to go with the B team, and hopefully, I'm hoping at some point down the line they have a run-in with the Miz. But overall, solid. I'm kind of not bad, not great.
All right, their theme is growing on me. Honestly, oh god, their theme song is fucking horrible. Don't tell me you like that theme song, Brandon.
I do.
Oh, no. Okay, and I put on Twitter, and exactly, I think so. Architect, looks like they're not going to be a Raw Tag Team Championship match at SummerSlam, which is kind of weird.
There is.
No, there won't be. There won't be a Raw Tag Team title match at SummerSlam.
They will.
I don't think so. I think that's why we got it on Monday night. What?
They announced it on Monday.
Yeah, on Raw. Yeah.
It's the Revival, right? The Revival.
Yeah, on the pre-show. But yeah, it's still SummerSlam.
So the Revival get the rematch against the B team at SummerSlam pre-show. Oh, okay. There you go. My apologies. I thought I didn't hear that. I must have missed that. Okay. What about you, Dave? Your thoughts on the tag team title match?
I thought it was an okay match. One thing I didn't like about the match is the Revival using the heart attack finisher as like just a setup move. Billy Ray said it too, and
but see, that's come on. But really, like, I get the people not liking them doing that during a mid-match, making it like a regular move. I get it; it's a finisher, but man, you expect the Revival to hit that at the end of the match? What if? Okay, so, all right. Here's a hypothetical: if they hit that move and the B team kicked out, what do you think the thoughts of people would be?
They did, didn't they?
No, they hit it in a regular match. If they did it at the end of the match to try to beat them as a finisher, and the B team kicked out, people would be pissed and upset. Oh, they kicked out of that move. Oh, blah, blah, blah. So it's a win or lose situation for the Revival. It was their way of giving thanks to the Hart Foundation.
Look, I get it. You know what?
It's cheating a little bit.
But what you could have done, imagine the reaction if they would have won the match with that move. But they didn't win. I get they lost. But imagine if they won a match with that move, what the reaction would be.
Okay, what if the B team did it and won? Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, I don't think anyone would have a problem with it.
I would be okay with it.
Hey, I like what you did there. I don't
be positive.
I don't see a problem with it. I think that's a little bit pushing it. That was just a tribute to them. They threw it out there. I believe the Revival do this a lot. Those little tributes out to the other tag teams. So I don't really see a big deal to it. If you're upset with it, you don't like it, that's fine. I see both sides of the story, I guess. But anything else out of that tag team title match?
Yeah, all I wanted to say, Tony, was that if you don't like their theme music, then you just have to remember that you can't spell Get the Tables podcast without B team. So there's that.
That is true. That is true. We are the B team of the podcast.
I'm sorry, but their segment before was just like, we didn't need math to get here. We needed teamwork. That was just great.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the B team. I'm glad they're getting their success. They finally deserve it. But I don't know. Why not use the format tonight? Because we're just running through Raw. I'm already at the Roman Reigns. We have 2 more things to talk about, really. 3 more things to talk about from Raw, actually. So let's get to the next segment, which kind of upsetted me, which was actually a really good segment, which is the Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and yes, Brock Lesnar did make a appearance last night. Roman comes out and makes his way to the ring. Roman says, leave this better than I found it. Leave this better than I found it was what he tells himself every day. Roman says he's sick of looking at him and thinking about him and wants it to end at SummerSlam and take back the Universal title. Roman says he'll send him back to UFC and up Dana White's ass. and that's when we had Paul came out. Paul
My
said,
name.
yeah, that was pretty good. Paul says it's a new day and looking to the future and looking at the number one contender. Kind of to sum it up short, Paul Heyman was pretty much trying to make Roman and Heyman guy, was trying, or kind of playing the part of, I want you to be my new Heyman guy. And first, before we get into what were you thinking of when Paul Heyman was announcing Roman Reigns as a new champion? How did that sound to you, Brennan, after?
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brandon Apter, and I am the advocate for the reigning, defending, undisputed, Universal Wrestling Podcast.
Wow.
Get the tables.
Holy moly. That is some.
That needs to be the new intro.
Damn, can we? Yeah, you need to record that. Yeah, wow, that's some emotion at 10:40 at night. Holy crap! Well, did you wake up the neighbors there, Brendan?
Fuck the neighbors, guys.
Oh wow!
This is get the tables. Anyway, so my thoughts on the whole Heyman getting I tweeted it last night. It was Heyman is an absolute treasure, and the whole thing. Before Brock came in, I thought it lasted a little long, but I had no problems with it at all. And the whole scheme to spray Roman with pepper spray, it was absolute genius. It was a cowardly move, but it was very Heyman and Lesnar, and I loved it. So.
Okay, I'll get to my thoughts after I hear your guys. Man, a lot of people are trying to hire you, Brandon. You might need to.
It'll be the new intro.
Yeah, you might need to start a new business, man. Dave, your thoughts of the Roman Reigns, and what did you think of hearing Paul Heyman advocate Roman Reigns as a new undisputed champion? It kind of sounded nice to hear Paul Heyman say that. What did you think?
I don't think it sounded nice.
Well, you're the Roman Reigns hater, so I don't expect any positive out of this segment.
Well, you know what they should have done? Which, don't get me wrong, let me start off by saying Heyman was great in this segment. It was awesome how he did it, even shooting Reigns with that pepper spray / water bottle. It looked like he was just shooting water out of it. But, yeah, but one thing I wish they would have done differently is not have Brock come out and sell the note. Sell that all the way to SummerSlam where everyone's guessing, is he going to turn or not? Is he going to join? That would have been the awesome way to go, but they went the Brock come out and beat Roman Reigns for the millionth time. But I think they should have went the other way. But good segment, and the whole.
Dave, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
How do you think the WWE universe would have reacted if Brock Lesnar didn't show up like the Raw before SummerSlam, though?
Well, they should be used to it and never show up anyway.
True, but I was just asking.
Yeah, I'm sure people are already pissed about they never shows up as it is, so a week before SummerSlam wouldn't be much difference. He doesn't show up anyway, but he wasn't promoted to show up last night, I don't believe either. So he was rumored to be there, but he wasn't actually.
I think one of my favorite tweets that I saw last night was Brock Lesnar is here to read magazines and kick ass, and he ran out of magazines to read.
That was good. Now, all right. I agree with Dave on this part. The treatment is gone. Yes. Heyman can still turn on Brock. Heyman can still turn on Reigns. Heyman can still join forces with Strowman. Heyman can fucking kick Brock Lesnar in the nuts for all we know.
You can't forget about Kevin Owens and all this too.
Right, Kevin Owens as well. But to me, the intrigue is gone.
Yeah.
They've been pushing the angle for how long now? This is
5 years.
It's very stale already, so.
Yeah, see, now, the thing was, last week, it had you going to where, wow, Heyman and Brock are really not seeing eye to eye. They're not really on terms together. Could we possibly see a Heyman fuck over Brock Lesnar for all the evil things he said to him? But now the treatment of that is gone. But they could, swerve us. This could be a swerve on Sunday to where – Heyman does turn on Brock, something we didn't see coming. Now, since he joined forces with him, assumingly, that last night after what they did to him. But I actually enjoyed the segment. Brock beats the shit out of Roman Reigns for the millionth time, things we've seen before, but it was different. It was set up differently. And it still kind of has that a little bit slight intrigue of where maybe Paul Heyman still swerves the fans.
If you're gonna use the word swerve, you got to say it right, Tony. You got to say swerve. It was a swerve, bro.
Swerve, bro. All
the
right,
architect just mentioned something that I didn't think about. Are we sure Strowman won't cash in Sunday? What if Reigns wins and Strowman doesn't cash in, and we're treated to another boring Strowman and Reigns angle? My thoughts exactly.
Football should be starting soon.
Well, the upsetting thing is that after Brock, we're going to hope, loses Sunday and loses that title, we're going to see refurbished feuds pop right back up. And that's going to probably be Reigns and Strowman fucking feuding till goddamn Royal Rumble. Something like that. I mean, that's what it seems like these days, that feuds last so long.
What if Brock retains?
Yeah, what if
I don't think anybody's even considering that happening, but
well, see, here's the thing, Brandon. I don't know if you know. Brock is scheduled to be on Raw the night after SummerSlam. So either two things can happen. He can be the champ and have it cashed in on him on Monday night. Or two, he loses, shows up Monday night, beats the shit out of Roman Reigns, and then Strowman cashes in on Reigns. Or he retains. Like, what if he did retain? Like, imagine that. If he held the title and continued to hold it.
Gonna have to have Goldberg come back from the grave again.
Goldberg's the only guy that can beat Brock, apparently.
But doesn't it hurt the Money in the Bank briefcase if you don't use it at SummerSlam or even the Raw after? I mean, you need to do something. You can't just have them just walk around with the briefcase and no one there to cash it in on.
Yeah, I mean, that's another angle, too. Like, if Brock retains and shows up the next night, and that's when, that's when Braun, if he beats KO, cashes in, and he becomes the champ on Raw. But, that's kind of, it doesn't seem like something that they would save for Raw.
Why the fuck, Brandon, after are you throwing if Braun Strowman beats Kevin Owens?
He's so skeevy. He's so skeevy. Who the hell knows?
Braun Strowman? Like, serious.
You never know what Kevin Owens has up his sleeve, okay?
Yeah. Well, the sad thing is he doesn't wear any sleeves, so.
He destroyed the friendship between him and Chris Jericho. I mean, let's not forget that. You just never know. He's a violent person.
Now, so if he wins, like, by disqualification, does he get the money in the briefcase?
Yes, he does.
Yep.
Okay.
What is there at that arena for him to get thrown off of, though? I mean, he's already been thrown off a cage. What's next?
Oh, my God. Well, we'll see. Next, we did have the... Oh, we'll just skip through this, but man, AOP. 6-man tag match, Rude, Titus Worldwide, Authors of Pain, and Mojo Rawley.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about the Rude match. Meh.
Yeah.
or the Sasha match.
Do you think Angle has been openly rooting against Lesnar not to set up a Lesnar win and feud? Yeah, but do you think WWE would let Angle wrestle Brock Lesnar? I don't think they would. I think they would scare Brock, would kill him.
I mean, it looks like talking for an extended amount of time on the microphone looks like it's going to kill Kurt Angle.
Look what happened a week ago.
Oh, my God.
I mean, you just see the veins popping. It's intense, but I mean.
Brandon Coutinho, if that happens on Sunday night, you can come on and be on the show the whole show. All right? Brandon Coutinho, all right? Because there's no way in hell that's going to happen. But if it does, you're more than welcome to stay on the show the whole night. We have Sasha Banks take on the returning Ruby Riott from injury. Ruby Riott gets the win. Any thoughts on this, guys?
I was making dinner.
All right. Dave?
Nope. I just want to get to the main event.
All right. So let's get to the end of Raw, which, boy, it was nice. According to somebody on Twitter, AOP are in line to win the title soon.
Yeah, Texas Kid.
Was it Texas Kid that wrote that?
I have no idea. Probably.
Kurt Angle is in the ring and says that he won't suspend Brock because he wants Roman to kick his ass at SummerSlam. And that's when Dolph and Drew come down to the ring. Kurt says he was going to introduce the two of them if they waited and introduced Seth Rollins. Seth ends up not showing up. He tries again, but Seth doesn't show. Dolph says this proves that Seth quit because he can't beat Dolph. Drew says they work harder and to prove themselves. That's why they respect Seth because of his hard work. Dolph blames the fans for turning their back on him because of his disappointments. Dolph says they'll do it to Seth, excuse me. Dolph says he doesn't care about the fans or stealing the show. He cares about taking his spot. Dolph says it's time that this match doesn't become official. Dolph signs his contract, but then Seth Rollins' music hits and Seth shows up. Seth says he didn't want to come out until Dolph signed that contract because of what he had to say. Seth said he had a travel issues, just not his issues, and that's when we saw the return of the lunatic Dean Ambrose. And boy, did this boy go through an adjustment in 9 months. Shaved head, looks jacked, looks like he's ready to fucking kill someone. Your thoughts of the ending of Raw last night, Brandon?
I'm going to let Dave have this one first because he's a normal guy and I don't want to – he's a normal on Get the Tables and I don't want to steal any thunder.
Okay, go ahead, Dave.
You know, I think it was obvious that this was happening. I mean, we even talked about it last week or Saturday where this was probably going to happen. So, I mean, it was cool to see him back. Yeah, everyone popped for it and everyone loved it. Yeah, I mean, it was great to – yeah, I mean, one thing I want to touch on real quick, I thought Dolph Ziggler did a phenomenal job in that promo. I mean, he killed it. He was awesome. That was one of his best promos he's cut in a long time.
Man,
so I want to give Dolph credit.
How many times have I came on this show and praised Dolph Ziggler, and everybody fucking hates him? Everybody doesn't like Dolph Ziggler, but when he has full, you know, I don't know, dedication to something as in a feud with Seth Rollins and him, boy, he brings it. And that feud, that promo, Katina, you're one of the few, was very, very good. Brandon Apter seems like he doesn't like it, but, you know, Brandon Apter's a Phillies fan. Continue, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. Dean got to go out there and beat some people up. And we didn't really talk about it, but I thought Renee Young did a pretty good job tonight too, or last night too.
Oh, yeah, I was going to touch on Renee as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let Brandon go on his side.
What did you think of the new look, Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, I mean, he must have went and seen Sami Callihan to get a haircut, but other than that.
He looks nothing like Sami Callihan, other than the hair, I guess.
I don't know. They both look like they're crazy as hell and look like he's about one bad look away from Seth to turning heel.
Well, hey, man, he's the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose. He's supposed to look like a fucking crazy motherfucker.
And what is Sami Callihan? A freaking lunatic. Exactly.
Hey, Adam Bomb, you need to chill out there. Chill out there. Brandon, your thoughts of the ending of Raw last night?
I want to start by saying I did like the Dolph Ziggler promo. I thought it got better as it went along. But I mean, the whole reason I don't like Dolph Ziggler right now is that the gum chewing and this, having Drew McIntyre by his side, is this not an exact carbon copy of Heartbreak Kid and Diesel? I mean, it's the same thing.
You mean this guy right here? Right here.
This guy. Here we go. Don't start that much time. Don't start this crap.
Like he's resembling this guy. I think you're right on. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with him.
Maybe for the kids in the audience that have not been blessed by being able to see HBK wrestle during his prime. But I mean, I've seen this before. Gum chewing, it's the same thing, the same way that he looks, the same way that he purses his lips. It's ridiculous. It's the same thing. And he has the sidekick like Diesel. So that's why I am not a huge fan of it. And I'm a Seth Rollins guy, so automatically that puts Dolph at a disadvantage. I like him as a worker. I just don't really like his bit right now. But overall, I thought it was a great ending. Dolph spun a hell of a promo. And seeing Dean Ambrose return, like, my gosh, he got so much bigger. And I think it would be kind of crazy to have, you know, him turn around and turn heel on Seth, like I saw a lot of people thinking about, like, so soon at SummerSlam. But it was good to see him back, and I think the WWE universe was glad as well.
DX put in the chat, were you surprised Ambrose returned on Raw last night and not at SummerSlam or Raw after SummerSlam? I thought SummerSlam for sure. At least SummerSlam. What about you, Brandon?
Did I think he was going to return at Raw or SummerSlam?
Right.
I wasn't surprised. I think, I mean, I saw there was a script that leaked online that I looked at, so I kind of saw it coming a little bit. But,
yeah, me too.
But I mean, it didn't ruin the moment or anything. I liked it, and if he was gonna come back at SummerSlam, it was gonna have to be, you know, somewhat involved in a match. So at least they kind of have him, you know, as in a specific role.
Yeah, please. I hope not. Raw Budweiser turning into a damn tag match. I hope not. What about you, Dave?
I'd rather see him return at SummerSlam or Raw. I mean, it's better for Raw because more eyes are watching the Raw than SummerSlam, just because the TV viewers. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. You knew he was coming back eventually, whether it was last night or Sunday. So either after that or the Raw next. But yeah, I mean, it does suck that he's being brought back like this, though, just to be in Seth's corner and not in a match.
Yeah, give me Drew McIntyre versus Dean Ambrose, man.
But we're back Monday Night Shield now.
I want to see that match. I want to see the promos between McIntyre and Ambrose. I don't care. I mean, I get it. The Shield's back, but man, Ambrose was gone for fucking almost a whole year, man.
Yeah,
he was missed. We're finally gonna get some fresh storylines, kind of now. I mean, he was definitely missed on Raw, and he looks great. I'm glad he worked very hard to get back to where he is now. And maybe they brought him back a little bit earlier because Renee was calling Raw last night, just to kind of go full circle with Renee calling it and then having her husband in the show. And I know a lot of people are mixed reviews about Renee Young, but what did you feel about her on commentary last night, Dave?
I enjoyed her. I thought, because she came off, people were complaining about some stuff she did, but you know what? To me, she came off like genuine, and it wasn't so just Cole, Coach, and Graves just fighting each other for 3 hours. It seemed her reactions to some of the moves were like, yeah, she did these like little like whoa and stuff like that, but you know, I liked it because she seemed more like a fan watching, and she did say after that Vince was only in her ear one time.
Oh, okay. Now, I know a lot of people did not care for her on NXT. And a lot of people did not like her NXT commentary. Obviously, she got taken off NXT for that. And I thought she did well. I thought who would you rather? Okay, say Coach has to does this again. She has to leave. He has to leave for an assignment. Who would you rather than bring back, Booker T or Renee Young?
Booker T.
All right, Brandon. After, what were your thoughts on Renee Young last night?
I really liked her. It was a breath of fresh air. That's how I would put it. You know, on the broadcast team, Corey Graves is really the only one that I like, and I don't like the coach at all. Like, I don't think he adds anything to that broadcast crew. So to have, like Dave said, kind of like the Raw fan, it was almost like a fan was commentating, and that made it really cool. And her back and forth with Graves was really good, and it wasn't just like shtick. It was like, it sounded genuine, and I really liked it, and I hope we get to see more of it. And I don't have anything against the coach personally or anything, but I just don't think he's that special, and would like to see more of Renee Young.
You don't like the word of the hour, Brennan?
I mean, as much as I love Booker T, what's it called? I remember when Sting was making his run back, and he appeared on the board, and Seth Rollins, and all I remember is his like, what sounds like a smoker voice. It's Sting. You missed that voice, but I think Renee Young was very, very good.
I can't believe Taker's coming back. Yeah. Yeah. Coach is awful. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not good.
Yeah. Vince didn't yell in her ear. Graves is funny. Renee probably be there next week too. Hope so.
I hope so.
Coach
Hey,
is
this
better.
Any voice is a breath of fresh air from Michael Cole, in my opinion. So.
Yeah. Well, any
Right,
of them are
Budweiser,
better
right.
than Otunga.
All right, so let's get our raw rating fingers ready because I know Brandon After will have to be leaving us very shortly. I want to get his little bit of thoughts on SmackDown Live. So let's get our raw ratings going. Dave, in the chat room, and everybody, what did you think of Raw last night?
I don't think it was a good show at all. I'll give it a 2.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn. All right, I see 1.5, 2.5, 4, 2 stars. 1. Wow, you're not the only one who didn't really enjoy Raw. What about you, Brandon?
Jeez, dude, I mean, this looks like ratings on the Richter scale. This is ridiculous. I mean, I'm not going to go that low, but I mean, again, I'm not somebody who watches as often as everybody else, and I'm looking at it as a strict lead into SummerSlam, and I think they led into SummerSlam well. So I'm going to give it a 7.
Wow.
You must have really enjoyed Raw.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. So I'm gonna give it. We do a 1 through 5. Brandon, after if you didn't know.
Oh well, that's if we're doing if we're doing that, I don't know the measuring.
Come on, you need to load the
at the
lingo
tables.
here. God.
You didn't send me the lingo, Tony. Okay, I don't want to hear it. I'm the official advocate for this podcast. I don't know what's going on. But out of 5, I would probably give it 3.5.
Okay, I'd give it a 3 as well. I'd give it a 3. It did a good job at getting you ready for SummerSlam and got Brock. You had a pretty nice
Brock.
There you go. And I need you to get some of your stuff recorded, man. I gotta have you say these names because it's tense. At 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the evening, Brendan, after. I got it. High five, my friend. Better than I thought it would be. Yeah, exactly. I think we kind of all, with these go-home shows, are always, there's no high expectations with these go-home shows like they once were, and did a good job last night. All right, so SmackDown Live, kind of give you a rundown. We had Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch take on Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. We had the Bludgeon Brothers take on Triple Threat, 3 guys of jobbers. We had Sandy versus New Day. Then we had Aiden English take on Cien Almas, and Shelton Benjamin, who hasn't been on SmackDown Live in quite some time, versus Jeff Hardy. We also had a 3-part series of Daniel Bryan and The Miz kind of retracting their long feud. And we also had Samoa Joe and AJ Styles in the night on SmackDown Live. So we'll go with the usual format for this episode. Dave, your 3 things that you liked about SmackDown Live tonight, and then we'll go to Brandon after.
I liked the Joe stuff. I like the Hardy stuff with Nakamura. I love the stuff with Daniel Bryan and the Miz video. Looking back, to me, that's some of the best stuff that they've done for SummerSlam out of both shows. To me, that's because they got a great history together. Yeah, but I didn't really like too much about SmackDown. But yeah, I thought these and the triples. Oh, I'll get to the dislikes. I mean, go ahead, Brandon. I'm done with the likes.
Yeah, likes. Ooh. It's a painful 2 hours of television, if you ask me. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to plead the 5th on this one.
Wow, nothing. No positives. You didn't even like the 3-part series of Daniel Bryan and The Miz.
I mean, if I were a paying customer of the WWE going to an event and the majority of the event was video recaps of The Miz and Daniel Bryan feud, I would not be happy.
I agree with you. If you're annoyed by Carmelo, just put your TV on SAP. You can thank me. I was going to say that. I bet Carmelo's more entertaining in Spanish. She has to be more entertaining in Spanish.
I highly doubt it.
SmackDown Live was a throwaway show, for sure. We had, 4 matches, 5 matches. Most of them were quick, other than the 6-man tag match. And what are they doing with Sanity? It's just a shame.
No.
And they have Killian Dane now repping a new outfit now. And just Carmella is nails on a chalkboard, man. It's just everything about her. Excuse me. It seems fake. Like, you could tell her laugh is so fake, and it's that fake laugh that is just. It doesn't even. It's just annoying, and I guess that's her character. But golly, I just want her off my television screen. I don't expect Sanity to run everyone over, but look at the Bludgeon Brothers. They're just destroying this tag team division. And Sanity's losing to New Day, the Usos. They're not even really given a serious shot. Look at AOP. Even AOP is the same way. AOP should be booked like the Bludgeon Brothers. They shouldn't be losing to Titus Worldwide, man. They should.
Hey, I told you this before, Tony. I think even though people would hate this, I still think SmackDown is struggling only being 2 hours because they don't got enough room for everyone they have.
Whoa. Now you just turned my... The hell? Siri just came on. Sanity are losing to Love Teams. That's very true. That's true. All right, dislikes. Dave?
Where do I begin? I mean, geez. This is a really bad show. I mean, you have your young women that you're trying to use and bring up 2 weeks in a row. First, Iconics. Yes, they're annoying last week, but they lose. And then tonight, Mandy and Sonya both lose tonight. Sanity losing. I mean, I just don't understand what they're doing. I just don't get it. I mean, it's just... I mean,
that was Kofi's birthday.
I mean, I don't care if it's Kofi's birthday. Because they won because it was Kofi's birthday. It was just really bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. This show is bad. I didn't really care for SmackDown tonight.
Sanity aren't going to be a team who has a title match. Aren't going to beat a team who has a title match Sunday. Oh, of course not. Yeah, I mean, you knew they were going to lose to the New Day for sure. 100%.
Yeah, we're not saying that part. We're just saying in general how they've been booked. We're not. Of course, we knew they were going to lose tonight, but I thought they didn't have to lose tonight because you could have had the Bludgeon Brothers come out and do their stupid little thing, and then they cost them. But one of my I forgot about this. One of my number one hates for tonight, or dislikes, I guess you want to call it, was calling this jobber tag team, or enhancement talent, however you want to put it, the triple threat. Any ECW fans know of another triple threat, and that was not 3 jobbers. So I didn't like that.
All right. What about you, Brandon? Because you said you didn't like the show either tonight.
I mean, I'll give you three words. About the show that I disliked. The entire show. I mean, it was a last-minute decision to watch the show in general, so I could be prepared for this honorable podcast of Get the Tables. But I mean, again, I liked the Miz and the Daniel Bryan backstory, but it's just like, put that shit up on YouTube. These are paying customers. They don't come here to see videos. They come to see matches, and the matches that were there were underwhelming. You know, I'm a big Rusev stan. The fact that he kind of rose a little bit and now is back to being nothing is very disappointing. The tag team match with the Bludgeon Brothers. I mean, gosh, it was just a train wreck, and you would never have thought that it was the pay-per-view going into, or the SmackDown going into a pay-per-view, because it's kind of a pathetic go into, and even the AJ Styles Samoa Joe thing. I get they're trying to play out this feud and everything, but how many times in the last year and a half have we had WWE superstars bring like their family into it. Like I'm so over that. Goldberg with his family, Kevin Owens, with his sons. Enough. Let's have some like down to earth feuds and hatred. Like I'm sick of all the other stuff. Let's just get down to the nitty gritty. And that's my thought, my rant.
All right. I mean, fair enough. I agree with you. The only feud on SummerSlam that has a legit hatred, a legit story behind it, is the Daniel Bryan and the Miz feud. They have a legit backstory. It's been going on for some time now, and it's the match that everybody wants to see. Probably after that, it's a toss up of what match you're excited for. Reigns, Lesnar, Rollins, Ziggler, the list goes on and on. So SmackDown Live was not the greatest. It was more video packages and interviews and just a couple of quick matches.
And what is Paige doing? I mean, she basically let Joe just own her, basically, like saying, "Oh, you want to go out there?
Screaming.
I'm gonna go out there anyway." It's like, okay, that was just odd. I'm sorry. Some weird interactions.
Yeah, and the show kind of ended kind of funky too. With you just had him reads the letter, and it's signed by Wendy Styles, and then it just cuts off.
It wasn't even an oh shit moment. Like it was like, oh, that's how it ends. Shit, yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, Raw had a better ending. I mean, you should have had them. I know people don't say they don't want to see them go into blows yet because we've seen these guys fight for years, if not in WWE then in TNA. So it's not really that big of a deal. Wouldn't you rather see them go into blows at the end of Raw or SmackDown than just, a letter from your wife?
Yeah, but it's just like you get. I mean, I hate to play the devil's advocate here, but it's just like if you want them to get into it, how is it different than Lesnar coming out and attacking Roman Reigns? You pretty much want that on SmackDown, yet don't want that on Raw.
Well, mainly because we haven't seen it for the last 5 years on WETV.
Fair point.
Fair. Yeah, it was not. It was not a great ending to SmackDown Live. And how often do we come on here and bash SmackDown Live? It's not very often. Looks like Raw might have been the better show this week, which is...
Why was the one SmackDown Live I decided to watch not good?
Right. I guess they knew that you were watching tonight, Brandon. After they knew you were going to come on the show. Unreal. And they wanted you to go through a 2-hour show of not liking anything that they put on your TV screen.
Honestly, I think they just went, 5 days till SummerSlam? Screw it. Let's just give them shit. I mean, so that's basically what it was tonight. It wasn't a good show. I mean, we had the whole Andrade versus Aiden English. I mean, I think any of us could have booked a better SmackDown than they did tonight.
Yeah, it was kind of like, let's not really do much tonight to hurt the talent, hurt anybody in wins or losses. Let's go with the safe matches that we've probably been doing at live events. And let's just go that way. And that's probably what they did. And they went the safe route to probably keep themselves from any type of risks of maybe injuries or anything like that. So, yeah, we didn't get the greatest SmackDown Live, but we don't often say that about SmackDown Live. Usually it's the best show during the week, if not the second behind maybe Impact or NXT. So, other than that, SmackDown Live wasn't the greatest. So, Brandon, your ratings for SmackDown Live.
Are we allowed to go into negatives?
Yeah, we've done that many times.
Okay, well, because I'll give some folks out there some respect that actually enjoy SmackDown, and I won't go into the negatives, so I'll give it a 0.2 out of 5.
All right, Dave?
Yeah, it wasn't good. I don't even know if I can give it a 1 because it wasn't good at all. I mean, I was on my phone more than I was watching the damn show because it was so boring.
Can I give it a 2 for just the Daniel Bryan stuff? Because I mean, they did hard. They worked hard on that segment, and
but it's a live show.
Yeah, I get you. It is a live show. I mean, if you're there live, you don't want to see that shit. I get you. I mean,
why not have them in the ring of a confrontation?
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. Like, if I'm at that crowd, if I was in the, okay, yes or no, in the crowd, if you're there in the crowd, chat, Would you be satisfied with what you got tonight on SmackDown Live? Yes or no?
No.
Probably
One
not.
other thing that I thought was weird about the Styles Joe thing was how they had Styles narrating like the clips too, which was kind of odd.
Yeah, nobody would have liked this going. Yeah. So SmackDown Live does not do a good rating tonight, but don't you guys forget that we will be back live on Thursday, touching on Impact Wrestling and NXT. Impact Wrestling should be good as well as NXT, going to go home show before NXT Takeover. And Friday we'll be live with our prediction shows. Oh yeah, how about Randy Orton hiding behind the curtain with his weighing in his hand, waiting for? Have you heard about that story, Brandon?
You just had to go there, didn't you?
Yeah,
with the wang in the hand.
The Viper. Hey, Dr. Huge, how you doing? With his Viper in his hand. I mean, come on, he did not. You heard about that story, right?
I did. I didn't see him behind the curtain. I wasn't watching. I was too busy watching the Phillies lose at that point. So.
All right, so this some good advice here. If you ever go meet Randy Orton with your dad, tell him not to shake his hand. All right.
I shook Randy Orton's dad hand at WrestleCon.
Okay, there. Well, I don't know. That's a little risky too. That's a little risky as well.
Well, I live life on the edge.
Thanks, Dr. Huge, for the super heart as well. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for stopping by.
I mean,
great show earlier.
I mean, seriously, everyone is killing Randy on Twitter with this whole thing. Every time you turn around, there's a tweet about it. I mean, even someone asked Freddie Prinze Jr., "Did you ever shake Randy's hand?" And he said, "Hell no."
Danny, Impact comes on Pop TV. If it depends on your cable network. If you may not even have the channel, but it comes on the Pop network on Spectrum, it's like 174 or something like that. So it just depends on what cable provider you have. I know some don't have that channel. Also, I will be live tomorrow. There you go, 175. I'll be on. Thanks, Brandon, for coming on. I hope to see you call in this weekend. I'll be on the Brandon After Hours podcast tomorrow night. We'll be going on his show predicting SummerSlam, and I believe you'll probably have that podcast up the next day?
Either Thursday or Friday, because I'm working out a second half to that podcast to preview my dad's new podcast, The After Chat.
Oh, look at Brandon. Yeah, so go follow both Brandon After and his dad, Bill After. His dad's coming out with a new podcast called
It's at The After Chat, and the first guest is Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, so that's a huge first guest. And if you guys don't follow Bill After, I would highly suggest you do. He's also going to be at All In as well with Brandon After, who's going to
I will be the sideline reporter for Get the Tables podcast.
Yeah, he's doing it for free too, folks. Believe it or not. I mean, this guy.
You just got to send me a Get the Tables advocate shirt, and then
there you go. Oh, I got to get that done. So he will be at the All In event coming Sunday. So Brandon After will be our special correspondent. He'll give us updates because don't forget, everybody, that Saturday night for that All In show, we will be doing a watch party. So I hope everybody is able to join us for that watch party. I'm not going to be sure if I'm going to do it on Twitch and Periscope or if I'm just going to be doing it on Twitch. So we'll see how that goes. But I know it's getting late, Brandon. I don't want to keep you any longer because I was going to plug a couple more things. Anything you want to say before I sign you out here? Because I know you got some stuff you got to take care of before you end your night.
Yeah, it's called bed, Tony. It's called bed, going to sleep. You should try it sometime. But no, I just want to thank you, thank Dave, thank the entire Get the Tables family for having me on as a guest. And if people want me to record a Paul Heyman voicemail, I will gladly hesitate to do it for a lot of money.
Yes. So definitely hit them up on the Twitter. Brandon, maybe you want to say something in the chat room so they can follow you on Twitter.
Yeah, it's at BApter23. So BAPTER 23. And you can follow my podcast at After Hours Pod.
Yes, and he doesn't just talk wrestling. He talks everything sports. Anything that you can imagine, he touches on everything on that podcast. Yes, Philly sports is a main topic on that podcast, but hey, he mixes it up quite often, and I'm very honored and privileged to be on his show tomorrow night. So I hope everybody will listen to that podcast when he drops it either that night
If
or
they
Thursday.
don't, if they do not listen, they know the consequences.
Yes, you
We'll take
do.
the list lightly, but it's not a light consequence.
So thanks, Brandon, for popping on, and I'll definitely be seeing you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Take care. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you. All right. So thanks for Brandon for popping on tonight. Don't forget, guys, Dave and I will be live on Thursday night for Impact and NXT. We're really looking forward to talking about that, leading you up to our Friday night show predicting SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver. Saturday night, NXT TakeOver will be live right after the show and on SummerSlam night as well. If you guys would like to call in or join on Google Hangout SummerSlam night, please notify me way before SummerSlam, please, so I can write your guys' emails down and I can make sure everybody that wants to get on and wants to talk SummerSlam can. Make sure you're not a troll or not going to come on here and throw a bunch of racial slurs or stuff like that. We would love to have you come on here, chit-chat with us, tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, and then we'll move on. Also, Sunday night, we'll do a giveaway, but you have to follow us on the YouTube. YouTube is Get the Tables Podcast. If you go over there and hit subscribe and you comment on our SummerSlam post-show video, you're automatically in the giveaway. We will have a prediction show. Snow's prediction show Saturday night. Saturday night will be NXT TakeOver post-show. Thank you guys for the support tonight. Thank you for the amount of viewers, 3,200 viewers. Amazing. But I want to plug in one more thing, and that's our Patreon account. And I want to say a special thank you, I'm not sure if you're still in here, to Juanito. Juanito dropped a very, very generous donation to our Patreon account. So right now he's the only contestant in the giveaway. So it looks like at the end of the month, he will be winning a WWE shirt. So if you want, jump onto patreon.com, get the tables, and if you just drop a $5 fee, you'll be able to be in our monthly giveaways each month. So one person donates, 2 people, 3 people, that's how many people will be in the contest. Dave, anything you want to say?
Hey, yeah, thanks, Juanito. We appreciate it. And yeah, everyone else want to join on Patreon, go for it.
Yeah, we're not telling you to jump over there and do it. It's nice. Everything that you donate goes right to the show. But we just thought, hey, we'll throw a Patreon, throw a little of an incentive as well, and should be hopefully get some more donors. If not, the super hearts are always great. The hearts that y'all gave us. Yes, you can give a one-time donation as well, Jeffrey, across. And you can do that as well. It doesn't matter any type of donation. You can even give us $1. I mean, anything counts.
Tony?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it said we ended. Sorry.
Oh, no. Anything counts. I mean, even if you give, I'm doing a special this month. Even if you donate $1, you'll be automatically still into the giveaway. So right now it's just Juanito. He gave a very generous, even a penny. I'm not sure if you can donate a penny, but if you can, why not? Why not? Anything counts. We appreciate everyone's support, everybody's support of sharing us on Twitter, sharing our Periscope, sharing everything. We do really appreciate everything you guys do for us. Like I said, we would not be here without you guys. Y'all go through a lot with us bitching and moaning and ranting, to the good times, to the bad times, and to like special guests tonight, Brandon After, for joining us as well. It's a good show tonight. I really enjoyed everybody coming in here and interacting. I try to interact with everybody in the chat room. I hope I did a good job. Red Sox kind of did not troll tonight. I think he's saving that for the weekend. And you know what else I did not notice tonight? No porn bots. Did you guys notice no porn bots tonight? Also, were the G1 finals on after Get the Tables? Oh, do you want to talk G1 finals? I'm not sure if I read that right. It's great when Dave gets pissed at promos. Oh yeah, he does. Hey, there's Juanito. Thank you, Budweiser.
Get pissed at promos?
I think Sunday Alex will be joining us, so we can touch on the G1 finals this weekend. But Dave, you want to touch on the G1 finals since you did watch on it and give your thoughts on it to Bob Ruski?
Man, I watched. This is how much of a fan I'm becoming of this New Japan. I watched it in Japanese with Japanese commentary. So yeah, I mean, these guys are hilarious when they're doing. I don't understand a word they're saying, but the passion, it was just so entertaining. But yeah, I mean, there were some good matches on it. Even had the Young Bucks defending the 6-man tag titles. It actually lost them. They actually lost them to the Tongans and Ishimori, but they didn't want the titles. They said, no, you can keep them. We don't want them. They lost the titles, but then the other guys didn't want them. So yeah, I mean, also had Rey Mysterio in a 6-man tag match is pretty entertaining, with against Okada and his boys, and Yo and Ho, I think it is, or Yo and No. Yeah, and then the main event, everyone was picking Ibushi to win, and he lost in a great match. Tanahashi is going to Wrestle Kingdom, and man, how can you boo Tanahashi? I was rooting for him, what I said the last video we did on Saturday, but yeah, Tanahashi beat Ibushi. If you haven't seen this match, go check it out. The match was phenomenal. I loved it, and yeah, definitely more tonight and last night.
Yeah. I was going to say to Juanito, because he just jumped right back in here, I was saying thank you for your generous donation on our Patreon account.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's all I was doing. I was just thanking you very, very much for your generous donation and then plugging the Patreon as well. So thank you very, very much for your donation last night.
Yes, thank you.
This past weekend.
But also over that same day, I believe, it came out that Okada, like Bob Ruski said, Okada and Gato have parted ways. So I don't know if that means even chaos or what. So that's interesting. So yeah, Gato and Okada are no longer together. I don't know. I think he was his manager, but yeah. So they're no longer together.
Yeah, so we'll definitely touch on that more probably this weekend with Alex being on here. He won't be here Saturday, everybody, but Friday he'll be here so we can get his thoughts on the G1 with everybody. But yeah, he won't be here Sunday night, but he'll be here Friday and I believe Saturday. So yeah, I think that's going to do it. Thank you, guys. Let's do a quick little shout out real quick. Juanito, again, thank you for everything. Bob Aruski, B. Mike, thank you for joining us tonight with the with the Hearts and the interaction tonight. Adam Awesome, as always. Budweiser, always here. Thank you for your support, dude. Always here for us, Super Hearts and regular Hearts, and sharing the broadcast. Thank you very much. Brandon After, special thanks to you for joining us tonight. I hope this can happen again sometime. I think a lot of people liked your intake and your thoughts on tonight, so I hope you will come on here another time with us. Kevin, Truth and Loyalty, Bliss Side, Adam Down, Jeffrey Cross, Alice, Des Daily, Christopher Grannon, and there's 11 viewers that I cannot see. So if I missed you, please say hello in the chat room so I can say hello. Thank you, guys. Yo, Jody Mania. Let's see what else. Who else is in here? Anybody else say hello so I can say proper shout out to you. Don't forget, if you haven't, hit us up on the YouTube, Get the Tables podcast. We're on YouTube as well. Soon to be on Twitch. And don't forget, jump on that Patreon. Just look it up if you want to join in to give a peck and rod. I knew you were in here. Everyone enjoyed the day off of talking about wrestling next 4 straight days. Yeah. Yeah, show Thursday, show Friday, show Saturday, show Sunday. So I hope y'all are fucking ready. Are y'all fucking ready? Because we are. We're ready to talk wrestling. We're ready to give you all our predictions, and we're ready and hoping for a fantastic SummerSlam. We know TakeOver is going to be legit. We're just going to hope for a good SummerSlam. And yes, Impact, we'll touch on you on Thursday because I'm not happy with you, Impact Wrestling. Y'all did something that I'm not happy with.
Yeah.
And I just want to pull my hair out when I saw what you did. Too many F-bombs. I'm going to work on that, Mr. Brandon, after. Again, thank you for the Super Hearts. Again, from Juanito, Jeffrey Cross, Budweiser, Dr. Huge, Michael Berry, and Speeds. Thank you guys for jumping in here and throwing those Super Hearts. Thank you guys for the regular hearts. I already did the shout-outs, Ed. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ed, for joining us. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Hope everybody has a great Wednesday. I'm ready if you need people for Impact. Oh, Adam Bomb, you're going to be, trust me, you'll be in the mix from the Impact shows on Thursday. Trust me, next month is when we're going to start looking for more people to join us. Bliss, truth and loyalty. Have a great night. Bob Arus, now I'll go troll you on Twitter. Bob Arus, you're such an asshole. Y'all guys have a great Wednesday because we want to see you Thursday night, everybody. Thank you so much for the support. And y'all guys have a great Wednesday. Thank you, everybody. Whenever this wants to X out. Ah! Oh, look at there it goes. There it goes.